childless women are 46% more likely to report high depression compared to mothers. Divorced women are 60% more likely to report high depression than their married peers. Women who live alone are nearly 70% more likely to be highly depressed than women who live with others. Women who have never been married are 40% more likely to report high depression than women who have been married. Women who have one child are more likely to report depressive symptoms than women who have 2 or more children. Third-wave feminism is the biggest scam society has ever created.
And I'm just sat here and I'm just like, why does nobody want me? Why am I not in a relationship? And
I just spent like an hour scrolling through my own TikTok videos, and honestly, I can't find a single reason why I'm not married yet.
I'd just like to clarify that I'm single by choice.
What up, TikTok? My name is Kristen. I am 30 and I am single. And if you're anything like my mom, you probably want to know, why are you still single?
If this isn't proof that it's totally okay not to be married by 30 and to live life on a completely different timeline, I'm in the Sahara Desert with 18 incredible women about to go ride camels in the sunset. Woo!
I've been crying on and off for a little bit now, and I want to be a mom so bad. Like, I want to be pregnant so bad and grow a human, and I just want to take care of, I just want to be a mom so bad, and I just wish I could be one right now.
Women are literally biologically designed to have children. People ridicule that and mock that. They say, oh, you want the women barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen. You think they're baby machines. It's like, yeah, I mean, that's what they're made to do. That's what their hormones are about. That's what their brains are about. I mean, it's going to be devastating in this century. All these women that were lied to about that are going to turn 30, 35, 40, no eggs, no husband, no family, ugly.
No eggs.
Going to be millions of them, and they're going to be miserable, and they're going to take it out on us. God help us, And
so
But to be
what's
honest-
wrong? But what's wrong with you?
To be honest, in my 20s, what I was doing was just dating for fun. Dating, I'm going to be really blunt, dating like, rappers, athletes. And by time I was ready to sit down, I was already in my 30s, and I'm like, oh shit, like I've done give away my most precious years to just partying and being on a scene. And now that I'm in my 30s, I'm trying to date, and I really don't know what I like.
Keep going.
I'm trying to figure out, what do I like? Because for the past 4 years, I've been engaged twice, and they weren't the one.
Have you been to therapy?
Yes, I'm in therapy now.
Let me ask you a question that you probably haven't asked yourself, because thank you for being honest, because I was going to get to it anyway.
I want a man, like I need a man in my life.
I like to even hear that.
I love that.
We need more women saying that, for real.
And women are crazy for saying, I don't need a man, I'm independent, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't need to be independent. I want to be taken care of in any ways. I don't know why they would say I don't need a man. I need one.
I don't even know why they would think men would find that attractive.
You know what? I might got my own money, but I'm sick of taking care of my goddamn self. I need a real man to step to the motherfucking front line and take over. Hold a bitch down. The fuck you talking about? And they always come up, ooh, the things I would do for you if we was together trying to sweet talk me. Bitch, do it now. What's holding you back? Because the bills due now, not later. So send the motherfucking funds. And then we could discuss an arrangement and a potential relationship between you and
I don't want to be an independent and a strong woman. I just want a boyfriend. I'm stuck. I really am. I know what I need. I need a man. I'm lonely, horny, and depressed. I need company. I need to have sex. I need to connect with a man. What's so wrong about that? Why is everyone doing this, and somehow, someway, it is not okay when I want to do it? Suddenly, The rules of the game change, and not needing a man in your life becomes important. I swear to God, I feel like crying in public every time I see two people talking, laughing, spending time together, and just chilling. The feeling is even worse when it's a girlfriend and a boyfriend. It makes me go through a roller coaster of emotions. It makes me despise the girl and hate the guy because he is talking to her but not to me. I'm scared this will make me bitter and desperate. I need a friend, a companion, someone to share happiness with. I need a social life and a boyfriend just like everyone else. I'm tired of being secluded and not knowing what my generation is up to these days because of how isolated I am. I want to experience life, real life. I mean that real life outside the internet. I was raised by the internet, and I feel it's time I leave this virtual life and start a real one. I want to have real sex, and I want to feel cared for. I don't want to be an independent, empowered, strong woman. I'm tired of being told to be one. I just want to be a normal woman. I just want company and sex like everyone else in this world.
We all know that inflation is going rampant. The cost of living is skyrocketing. And overall, the family-first household dynamic is losing extreme ground. What's one way to distract people from this? Convince them that two-income households are empowering. Convince them that they'll be happier serving their boss, as opposed to nurturing and supporting a family. Convince them it's better to be independent, and that their feelings matter more than the longevity of their family. On top of this, they use skewed data to support this mission. They use the normal gender pay gap to convince women they should be working longer hours at harder jobs, instead of using the controlled gender pay gap, which shows that in equal circumstances, they are making 99% plus of what a man makes. Now, 45% of women are going to be single by 2030, and the only way to live now is in a two-income home. Finally, contrary to what some extremely biased studies say, people will always be happier surrounded by supportive families as opposed to co-workers. These feminists say it is empowering for women to work as solo workers, or as the breadwinner, with emphasis on empowering solo workers, but it's also shameful for men to backfill into the house husband role. Then we get to dating. Women try to date upwards when they can. And third-wave feminism tells them this is not only a good idea, but it's empowering. With the shift of women being higher-level salaries, this means men will on average make less. So if a woman wants to marry or date, there's less and less of a pool of men to choose from. Third-wave feminism tells women that dating down is for losers. Would you like to be a loser? Keep pushing until you get that top 0.001% 10 out of 10, dude with the abs, 6 figures and 6 foot height. They say women should compete with men, screw whoever they want, do whatever they want, whenever they want. They say being solo and single is the most empowerment they can get. How has this advice worked so far? Didn't age well, did it? Anyway, this advice vastly increases their expenses, making the landlords and capitalists more money, and maintaining the core voting bloc for left-leaning politicians. The net result is you get women who are miserable, alone, and unhappy. But it makes the corporations the most money, gives the government the most power, and gives Mr. 10 out of 10 all the women he wants. Win-win for feminism. Everything that the modern feminist stands for is either harmful or has simply been debunked. The immediate point feminists raise is the wage gap. This has been debunked numerous times and can be understood with just one search on Google. The reason there is a 9% gap, not 32% or whatever astronomical number feminists use these days, exists is because women are less likely on average to ask for a raise due to being nicer in the workplace and will not demand higher pay. The 32% gap is simply for all men and women in all jobs across a whole year. Of course, there will be differences because people choose different jobs. In Norway, arguably the most socially equal in terms of men and women, there are 20 male engineers per female engineer and 20 female nurses for every male nurse. These differences in the choice of work and personality mean that feminists' biggest argument is all built on one huge misconception. Similarly, the pink tax has been debunked as simply, what can we charge people? And they will still pay it. However, this is only a small, simple factor, as the bigger reason can be found by just looking at the item itself. If you take a men's razor and a women's razor, why would the women's razor cost more? because women have softer skin, which causes a difference in the razor's technology, and also because women shave their whole leg. Men just shave their face, meaning women's razors need to last longer or be replaced more often. I could go on in detail about a multitude of issues, but I'll leave it at those two misconceptions. Feel free to reply to the comment if you want to raise any other supporting or conflicting views you'd like to discuss. But the main problem which trumps all of that is that feminism is causing harm to men. In the 20th century, feminism was vital and a huge success, and it has now gotten us to the point where men and women are equal in terms of the law. But now, women are asking for higher pay and cheaper products, despite there being no evidence suggesting this is needed. A crackdown on free speech, which, if successful, will cause all people to be forced to think in the exact same way, potentially leading to much greater issues if no one is stopped from acting a certain way. And the idea that women's emotions are more important than men's. If feminists don't just fight for women's rights, where is the talk about men's suicide rates being 3 times higher than women's in the United Kingdom? The idea that men are not allowed to voice their own thoughts, and instead must all agree that women are the victims, is leading to a future much like those of the past, only with men as the victims this time. That's all for today on Manhood. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons, and also click on the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop a new video. If you find value in my videos, you can show your support through PayPal or Cash App. The links are in the description. See you next time. Cheers.